In this video, I'm going to show you how we integrate a unit of inquiry based on a topic which is bushfires in Australia. So first of all, this is our SharePoint page. If I click on HAS and click on bushfires, this will bring me to our bushfires page. Now, first of all, we have the student learning outcome, which is the impact of bushfires on environments and communities. So they're the key focuses for geography. For health, plan and practice and promote health and safety and well-being. So first of all, we look at background information. What is a fire? Create a concept map. There's a video. There's interactive game which students can play to add information to their concept map. So during this stage, we're actually looking at students, teaching them that you can get information from sources other than just text. You get information from visuals and educational interactive games. We then look at the major bushfires in Australia, a basic introduction using ABC Splash, a map showing the different fire seasons. We also look at bushfire response, and our students particularly find this part here interesting, where we look at fire danger and fire ratings. We then look at house safety. Now, a great app is here, which is an online one, which students can play interactive games to learn about fire safety. We teach them about stop, drop and roll. Now, this is the health side, not the geography side, or the history side, I should say. And then we look at the health assessment. So students need to draw a map of their house and clearly show the fire evacuation plan, show hotspots in the house that are places where a fire is likely to occur, and also their meeting place. So if they have to evacuate from a fire, where will they meet their parents? Then we move on to the inquiry task. Now I'm going to switch now to Class OneNote. So Class OneNote is a collaborative site which allows students to share information and also teachers to access their sources. So here, the first landing page is why bushfires. We give the students their health report outcome and the HAS report outcome. In the content library, which can only be viewed by students and not edited, we have a link back to our SharePoint page for resources, which I'll show you after this. Actually, I'll show you now. So this is a link back to our SharePoint page. So the three fires that students can choose from, which we've selected, are Ash Wednesday, Black Saturday and Samson Flat. So students choose a fire which is of interest to them. If a student chooses Ash Wednesday, they have a range of secondary resources to get them started and also a range of primary resources. And we have a teacher at school, Miss Griffiths, who speaks to the class about Ash Wednesday, her experiences when she was 10 years old. Another second option, students may choose Black Saturday. And again, there are a range of secondary resources which have been located for students and also primary resources. We've even uploaded here an interview with a police officer, so if I click here.
What is your name and your position in the police force?
My name is Senior Constable Darren Chatfield and I am a motorcycle policeman.
What do you normally do at work?
My main job is traffic enforcement, which means we catch people doing bad things on the road.
How were you involved in the Black Saturday fires? What was your job?
We went over there after the fires had finished to help out the Victorian police, who had been working really, really hard and doing lots of overtime and were very, very tired, so we went over to help them.
How did you feel about going there to work?
It was interesting because I'd never been to a really big fire like that one. There was lots of things that I hadn't seen before, things that the fire had done that were very interesting that not many people get to see.
What was it like? What did the environment look like?
The environment was pretty bare. A lot of the trees had been completely burnt out. So
there you get an idea of what the students can access. Another example of a primary resource is a blog post by these two people here. Another fire which students can actually choose is the Samson Flat fire. And again, you'll notice that we've highlighted secondary and primary resources. Again, an interview, primary resource, which is a 9 News report, and primary resource, we have a guest speaker come as well. Now, because this is students' first inquiry project for the year, we tell them which is the primary and the secondary. The next one, which comes next term, they have to work out whether it's a primary or a secondary resource. So students basically choose the topic the bushfire they'd like to research. And then we go to here. Okay, so I showed you the resources. So that's the resources which are available for students. Then we have their assignment. They have the key question, which is the overarching question, I suppose you could call it. What impact does a bushfire have on the Australian environment and communities, and how we can help prepare for them? So the task is to research one of the 3 bushfires. We've got the steps for research, the steps for the information report, sample information reports, and the assessment criteria. Students also have their own individual page, which you can see along the side here. So if I just go down to Olivia. So Olivia has her inquiry questions. Here they are. So first of all, she came up with a brainstorm of possible inquiry questions. This is my response here, and a reminder I've added to her page. Now she's the only one who can view her work there. Question 1, she had, what was the Adelaide Hills bushfire? She started her research. Now you notice here that she's had her dot points and she's copied and pasted the URL. Students know that this is not a reference. However, when they're doing their research, they copy and paste the URL because when they come to write the information report, they may not use the information which they have already used. So if they use it, then they will use the online referencing generator to generate a reference list. She has inquiry question 2. How much land did the fire cover? And my comments are over here in red. And I've written, you could also include here where the fire started, the location, and the major towns where the land was burnt. So here she's doing a research, and I'm giving her feedback. Her question 3, how did firefighters respond? I always type mine in red so she knows the difference. 4, how dangerous was the bushfire? You can see she's taken short notes with a URL and she'll reference it after. Her last page, which she has on her document, is her information report, which is blank because she hasn't written it yet. So other students in the class do not have access to each other's, but teachers have access to their entire classes' notes and can give feedback to them straight away. On the class notebook, there is also a collaboration part. In this section here, students can share information with others if they like. So you can hear on Black Saturday, so there's been some activity here. So a student has shared some information, shared their link, and so forth. Adelaide Hills page. There's been some sharing there, and a student has actually indicated she shared. So the collaboration space is for students to choose to or choose not to share their resources.